Hi, good afternoon. Gonna flip through this book today called Vamanos, which means let's go in Spanish. It's compiled by this gentleman, Bernard Plossu, and it's called In Mexico or In Mexico. It's produced by Aperture. Obviously, Aperture is a very famous uh, photography publisher. It's a book I picked up at the annual sales. I think I included it in my unboxing videos when when I had purchased quite a lot of books at a sale in Tokyo. It is a very it's a very thick book, so I will try to go through it at a decent pace. I have to apologize because I do have light just there, so you may get some shadows. I apologize in advance. I was not familiar with this book at all, um, and it's such a huge book. I mean, it's massive that I was really considering like should I buy it or not. And as I do sometimes, I just do like random like openings. I flip to a random page, and if I can get on a bad photo a number of times, then I won't buy it. Um, anyway, my heritage is Latin American, so I do like seeing pictures of Latin Americans, especially when they look this cool. I mean, I strive to be as cool as this guy. It is Latin American, so I'm praying that there's not a lot of naked women, although I'm sure there are. I haven't had a chance to flip through this book. It's a public holiday today here in Japan, and I thought I'd flip through a couple of books. Um, yeah, now that I have a bit of time today. Let me just read the first paragraph here. It says, "This journey began some 4 years ago in the basement of a Japanese restaurant on the Paseo de la Reforma in Mexico City. Alfonso Morales, the curator of the photography collection of Fundación Televisa, and I had arranged to meet with Salvador Ali Aliniana, a seasoned traveler from Valencia, Spain, who was visiting Mexico and interested in reevaluating the work done in our country by the French photographer Bernard Plossu," which is this guy. We had a long conversation that afternoon about Plossu's photographic experience and about the possibility of organizing an exhibition and a publication focusing on his Mexican work. Oh, okay. I thought this book was by a number of photographers, but it seems to be all one photographer. It is paradoxical that the work of the photographer who enjoys enormous prestige in Europe is unknown in Mexico except to a select group within photographic circles. Motivated by this paradox, but above all by the quality and depth of Plasu's work, we decided at Fundación Televisa to include his work within one of the thematic categories that has most interested us over the years and which forms one of the pillars of the collection, that of photographers who have traveled in Mexico. Okay, now I understand. It's a number of photographers who have traveled Mexico, which is originally what I thought. Maybe he's the most famous person. It did kind of remind me of like Stephen Shaw or something with this kind of like billboards, but in black and white. So this one here is Bernard Plossu. I do have this Mexico City Blues book by Kerouac. Just checking if I've got everything in the frame. I kind of do. Yeah, sorry, this book is huge, so it's difficult to fit everything in the frame. This introduction section seems to be quite large. Um, when the actual photos start, they're quite huge. Okay, 1965 to 1966 Mexican journey. That's a great photo. I haven't had a chance of traveling to Mexico yet. I'd like to go there one day, but as of today, I've not traveled there. My brother went a few times. I wonder if that's the same guy. I like this photo here. It's a very unique perspective. Hopefully it's all fitting inside the frame. I don't have that much to say about these photos, to be honest. They're great photos. Clearly, he has captured what appears to be a span of 2 years, hanging around with different people. The framing is excellent. Like this one here is a great photo. The lighting is good as well. The angles are very unique. I mean, from the downward angle looking up, it always looks kind of interesting. Makes the subject look much bigger. And the knife itself kind of elongates the frame a little bit. It's pretty interesting. Everyone's wearing hats. I find that to be pretty cool. I think I've mentioned it before, like if you look at these older photography books, I mean, this is obviously before fast fashion, so people's clothes, people seem to be dressed up, you know, in pants and collared shirts more often. Maybe it is all the same photographer. What happened to me when I bought all these books, I bought a whole stack, I think I bought 3 boxes of books, is that you don't have that much time to go through them all. Because, you know, you work during the day, you get to, you know, you leave a little bit earlier than usual or with flex time, and then you only have a few hours to go through lots and lots of books to decide which ones you should buy and which ones you shouldn't. And sometimes you buy a book and then, you know, a year later you realize that maybe you shouldn't have bought that book or you don't have that much of an interest. But other times you buy stuff and you realize years later that it's something that's very interesting. One thing I've noticed, this is when he returned, so this is 1970. He's using a different angled lens here. You can see very clearly that the angles are much more different. I don't know if it's like 28 millimeters or something, or it wouldn't be 35. It looks a bit more, it looks a little bit more warped. That's a great photo. He's definitely feeding more into the frame. I think when I flipped through it originally, I saw these names and I thought it was a different person for each one, but it's not. It's all the same photographer. They're just different essays on his work. But I thought some of the photos looked so different that I thought it must be a different person. Like this looks quite different, right? But this is 1974. And this is 1981, almost 20 years further down the track from when he started taking photos. Here's a photographer, Bernard. Some of these photos reminded me of Gary Winogrand or Gary Winogrand. And maybe that's what kind of appealed to me. I have traveled in Chile and also in Peru, and I guess you would say that the environment is, or the architecture is not too dissimilar to what you see here. It's most probably the Spanish influence, I guess. Also give me kind of Robert Frank vibes. Color photographs, 1965 to 1981. The format is changed to matte paper. Yeah, I definitely thought these were all different photographers. I was incorrect. I wonder if people thought if this guy was a spy or not. He's taken so many photos of just people walking on the streets. Okay, that brings us to an end of this book. Good or bad, I didn't have that much to say about this book. I thought it was pretty interesting. Clearly, I didn't know that much about this book when I purchased it. I was kind of intrigued about the subject, about Mexico. I thought the large format of the photographs was also very interesting. Does make me want to pull out my camera again and start taking photos. Anyway, let me know what you think. That was a pretty huge book. It's called Vamanos by Bernard Plossu. Have a great day.